Ooh, that was fun. I like that. That was a nice effect there. Welcome to The Edge, everybody in middle school. We love you. We're so glad you guys are here tonight. Sophie, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. Is your mic on?
It should be.
Is the green light?
Here we go.
Yeah, there's a green button and there's an orange button. The orange button is mute, the green button's on. So we got it. And there's like no button at all. So we're good. But how are you? Let's start it over.
Oh, I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing very good. If you didn't know, it's raining outside right now. Our tin roof really tells us that.
Yeah.
And so that's what the sound of rain is on a tin roof. But we hope you guys are having a good one. Have you been enjoying the weather this week?
You know what? It's been nice on some days, and then today it was like rainy all day. So
Yeah.
I feel like it's a toss-up. But on the days that it's nice, I enjoy it.
What did you do yesterday? Because yesterday was like almost objectively the best day we've had this year.
I was inside all day having meetings, and then
There you go.
drove a pizza up to Sierra Wise's house.
That's very nice. What kind of toppings did she get?
Sausage and pepperoni.
Oh, that's a good
Personally,
combo.
my favorite. I thought it was pretty good. Great choice.
Is that like if you order a pizza, that's what you get?
No, it's usually sausage, banana peppers, black olives, and
I
sometimes
cannot do black olives.
I love black olives. I feel like it's such an unpopular opinion, but black olives.
Do you do
are
like
delicious.
stuffed black olives? Like there's like you can put like my father-in-law like had goat cheese in an olive once.
I've never had that.
Yeah, that's no good. Okay, so you're not living downtown anymore, but when you were living downtown, what was your favorite pizza place to go to?
It's called Antunes. They're $6 like large pizzas. It's the
So
biggest
is that like, well,
Oh,
how big? How big?
It's like huge. It's
Okay.
that place is perfect. It's so good, and it is.
What's the one that everybody talks about though? That's more, what's it called? It's really greasy, but it's really good.
So there's Antunes, Sorrento's.
Nope.
What's it called?
Yeah, it's Italian. Go figure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But Antunes and Sorrento's are the big ones, and then there's some other one where you can make.
I
your own
can't
pizza.
remember the name of it. And in the chat section there, just throw out your favorite pizza place. Mine is the Aldi's Take and Bake. That's my favorite.
Oh, yes.
That's my favorite pizza place. You can get the crust nice and thin if you go with the thin crust ones, anyways. But anyway, we're so glad you guys are here. We hope you had a good day of school. I know that Adam Rohrbaugh had an easy day of school because he tried to Fortnite request me at about 10 a.m. this morning because he hadn't done his homework yet. So, but hopefully he got it done before he hopped on the edge here. But we're excited for you guys to be here tonight. We have some great stuff for you. We're going to start off with, of course, and as always, our announcements while we power through the sound of a torrential downpour, which you may or may not hear. So our first one, as always, I updated the slide, by the way. I was so excited to do this earlier. So if you aren't following us on Instagram, just do it. And then what do you need to tell them to do?
Hit that subscribe button.
Smash the likes. It's okay. We're really distracted by the rain. So hit the subscribe button if you guys aren't subscribed yet, and like us. Don't dislike us. We need likes, okay? Because apparently that's good as well. There's always some random bots that are at the bottom of my page that are like, hey, this looks like fun, and I just delete them. So anyway, so do that if you guys haven't a chance. The next one is this, really important for you in middle school. Middle school meetup is tomorrow at 3 p.m. We had a great one last week. It's some really interesting conversations about, they had to choose one of two things to do, and one of the options which people kind of like, didn't like was you either had to, choose one toothbrush for the whole family to use, or the whole family to sleep in the same bed.
I chose toothbrush, and I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. I would not share a bed with my entire family. Sorry.
That is just, I don't know. I could do the same bed. Like I already am in one person, and then I just add two more small people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be good. So middle school meetup, there's prizes, there's games, there's a lot of fun, laughter, all those sorts of things. If you have the code from the previous ones, it's the same code, all right? We're not going to tell you on here, but it's the same code. If you need to go back and get it, reach out to us, we'll give it to you. But tomorrow, if you're new and you want to join us, then you have to reach out to us and ask us for the code. So that's tomorrow at 3 p.m. on Zoom. Those have been fun. And then we have the Edge and Rev Live for a couple more weeks. 3 more weeks? 3. And then I don't know if done's the right word.
Yes.
We're not doing like this the way we usually do it. We haven't really figured out what the summer's going to look like yet.
Yeah.
because there's a big question mark over it. So, but the Edge and Rev Live until May 28th, so we have this week, and then technically our 8th graders, they only have 2 more weeks.
Whoa.
2 more weeks, and then they're done, and then they have to wait an hour for Revolution on the 28th. So that'll be when they move up. But we're going to have a great time celebrating them next week. But I'm excited to move on to this. So last Friday, I put out that video on Instagram, if you follow us at NCCSM, and it was about the weekly challenge. So we were just discussing last week, since it was, the weekly challenge, I guess, it's become tame, and and people haven't really wanted to engage it. So we put out an extra challenge. So, hey, we're going to do the Masterpiece Theater again. But this time, we're going to have people vote on it, on their favorite ones. And so we had about 4 people send it in. We went from 1 to 3. I don't know if you know math, but that's a 300% increase on the weekly challenge. All right, and so we went to from 1 to 3, and so what we did was we put it on Instagram yesterday in the story, and people got a chance to vote on it. And I got to tell you that these were all real close. All right, they're all real close to one another. But we had 4 people send them in, and so we are going to give. We're going to give you the play-by-play here on the top 4 in order from 4 to 1. All right, so here we go. This first one that was sent in. This was sent in last week by Allison. Allison ranked number 4 on this. It was good. I liked it. Her serious face goes along with this very, very well. All right, and then number 3 was this. This was sent in by Spencer Blair. Spencer Blair. He's got the right red there. He's got the good, and he's got the hat. I mean, I guess his hat's bigger than the other one. What is that he's wearing on that one? I know that's a cat thing, but what's that?
I have, honestly no idea. I feel like it's a blanket. I don't know.
Could it be a diaper? Like a cloth diaper?
Maybe that's why he's so angry. He's like, I got a diaper on my head. So
oh, yeah. So Spencer's got a cat thing or a dog for a small dog. I don't know if you have a dog or a cat. Put it in the comment there, Spencer's. But number 3 for Spencer, he ranked. This next one was really good. This was a toss-up. These last 2 were really close. This was a toss-up, but it was really close. But I like this one here. This one was sent in by Kai Carlson. Nice. As you can tell, I actually think that the hanging chandelier in the background enhances this photo.
Yeah, adds something to it.
Okay, and so then the red blanket, obviously a good ad. And then look what he's doing.
He's reading his Bible.
He's reading his Bible. He's even highlighted it.
Yeah.
He's even highlighted, like he's actually read it before, and he just didn't open it for this one thing to do. So this is a positive thing. Unless that's somebody else's Bible. Is that somebody else's Bible, Vicki? No, that's his Bible. Very, very good. He's using a nice mechanical pencil just in case he changes his mind about something he wrote down. So there we go. Number 2, very good, Kai. Really like this. But number 1 came in is Kylie Pollard. Nice. I mean, look, she's even down to the earring. She's even down to the earring. She uses a nice rug or towel here. She's got a nice robe on there. Really good. I think she even did her makeup in the same way.
I was going to say she looks very similar.
I think this one won because of great attention to detail. Okay. All right, great attention to detail. So Kylie, for you get a shot here, just like the other 4. The other 4 who sent theirs in, if you win the game here in a second, when you text in your answer, you will get triple of whatever it is. Everybody else can get double. All right. So, but you went out to get triple. But way to go, being number 1 on that, and your hard work that you put into that. So thank you very much. Which reminds me, we're going to move on to our game. Sophia, what are we doing here tonight?
Well, Joel, have you ever played Pictionary?
I have played Pictionary.
We're going to play Pictionary. It's very simple. He's going to draw. Well, Joel he'll get a piece of paper with an object on it, and he'll draw that object, and everyone else has to guess what the object is.
So I'll draw it on here, and then do I show the camera?
You do show the camera.
Okay.
And then you guys will text the answer, what you think it is, to my number, 412-526-0814.
Okay, so how long do I get to draw this, is the question. Which one? How long do you want to take?
Do you think 10 seconds is enough or way too short?
I feel short.
All right, let's do 15 seconds.
It's okay.
20 seconds.
20 seconds sounds good.
20 seconds.
I mean, if you knew my drawing skills.
That's the reason.
So there's a good chance no one's going to win this. So do we give them at least are we going to give them at least I actually don't know what this is. I think you did the one category. Are we going to give them a category as a clue, or?
Yes. We can give them a category. So this
Okay.
this first category, I believe.
All right, you look. I'm not
yes.
going to look. I don't want to look.
This first category is school supplies.
Okay, school supplies. So you're going to give me 20 seconds. You tell me when. I'll look at it. Then I'll draw it. And then when it's up, then I will show the camera, right?
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Set, go.
Okay.
That looks like a great drawing.
I feel like I'm off to a good start.
Well, 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Oh, I realized what I could have done, but I didn't do it because I'm an idiot.
It's okay.
Okay, so here's my drawing.
It's school supplies, remember.
Okay. All right, now, was the first one to text in the correct answer to that number.
Yes, and also say your name, because I will not know who you are if you don't say your name.
If you don't say the name. So we're going to do 2 rounds of this, right?
Yes.
Yes, we're doing 2 rounds of this. All right, so here's my first one. Let's see what they write in. I know what I should have done now, but I only had 20 seconds. If I had 3 more seconds.
Okay, Kylie Pollard is the first one in with calculators.
Kylie Pollard won?
Yeah, she did.
Wow! Wow!
She got
Wow! Now everybody in the chat section, the comment section is going to be like, "This is rigged." All right, Kylie Pollard, she'll win whatever triple is off of the internet. I don't know what we're going to do for her, or what's going to happen with that. Okay, well, way to go, Kylie. So, but we're going to do a second round here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, what is the category for this one?
So this one, you could think of one of 2 ways.
Okay.
It could either be war or swimming.
Okay. All right.
And you're like, I don't know what that
tell
means.
me. Just tell my goodness.
All right.
Tell me when.
Ready, set, go. All right, that's it.
Oh, okay. That's about.
All right, remember.
That's about as best as I'm going to do with that.
You went the war route. So.
Okay, I did go the war route. All right, here we go. And first one to text in what you think the answer is.
Adam Orbaugh said cannonball before you even lifted that up. So that's really creepy. But he got it.
So Adam Orbaugh. Okay, maybe we should establish a rule. Well, you know what? I've found out what kids are doing is they just start texting stuff. Yes. So maybe that's actually a good clue that he also figured out.
Yeah, I was like.
He might have gotten help from someone in his family, though.
Yeah, maybe.
But what do you guys think of my cannonball? You can zoom in on it, Vicky. What do you guys think? How's my cannonball? Is it good? Give me a rating out of 5. Is it a 5-star cannonball drawing?
I would say it's like a 4.5, 5-star cannonball.
Yeah, I feel like that too. Too. So, well, congratulations, Adam. Well, very good there. Okay, we're gonna move on to the Wheel of Destiny.
Destiny.
So Kylie's gonna spin first, and she's gonna get triple. But because Adam didn't send in anything, eventually what he'll get will be just single, right? I did just bring him like soda yesterday. All right, Kylie, let's see what you won triple of. A surprise Amazon package. All right. We don't even know what it is at this point, but whatever it is, she's going to get triple of, which is awesome. Okay, so let's spin it again. Let's see what's going to happen for Adam, but he's only going to get one of these because,
we know.
Because he didn't want to do the weekly challenge. A surprise survival package.
All right.
We'll get that to you as soon as we figure out what it is. But we figured it was a fun thing to throw in there. But it gives our creative juices a little bit of an idea. But hey, we are so glad that you guys played along tonight and that you guys are here with us. We have a quick video for you, and then I'll be coming to bring the talk here in a second. Well, it's wonderful to be with you all here tonight. We hope you guys are having a great day. But tonight, I want to talk to you about something that I love. It's something that is near and dear to my heart that I've enjoyed even more so during this quarantine time. And that thing is Chick-fil-A. I mean, the food's never tasted better in my life. In fact, after we wrap up things here tonight, I'm going to be heading over to the Wexford one, and I'm going to order my standard order is number one, add American cheese and bacon, upsize the fries, and the drink, lemonade, light ice. But there's something about that lemonade that they make. Like, I've tried to make my own lemonade at home, but it really has not come out the way that Chick-fil-A makes it. And it's so good. And I love how on their lemonade machine it says the ingredients are simple. It's, guess what, guys? Lemons, water, sugar. Water, lemons, and sugar. That's it. Water, lemons, and sugar, that's what they use to make their lemonade. Now, lemonade is only lemonade when it has lemons, water, and sugar. Lemon and water is just lemon water, and then water and sugar is just sugar water, and sugar and lemons is just lemons with sugar on it. And the point is this, is that you need those ingredients in order to make lemonade. Because if you do not combine those ingredients together, you won't be able to make lemonade. Now, you might be asking yourself, Joel, why are you talking about lemonade? And the clear reason is because of love. Love is the reason why I'm talking about lemonade here tonight. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is that you need particular ingredients to create love. You just can't have one thing without the other, which is what I'll be talking about here tonight. And so we need very specific ingredients in order to create love. Now, people say the phrase, I love you, all the time. They say it on TV, in movies, in shows and songs, even on social media, people give shout-outs and things of that, spreading the love and positive thoughts, right? And that phrase gets tossed around so easily. And I'm sure it's something that you've said to your parents or your grandparents or something that they have said to you. And I even remember that I told my wife I loved her on our very first date. And I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, Joel, don't you think that's a little soon to be telling your then girlfriend that you love her on the very first date? And I would probably say, yeah, you're probably right about that. But guess what? Who still won out in the end? This guy, right? Okay, so when it comes to love, not only do we hear it from others, but we hear it actually about God. We hear the phrase, God loves you. And trust me, that's a pretty remarkable statement, especially when you think about all the ways we don't love God, and yet He still chooses to love us. Sophia last week showed us that God just doesn't say, I love you. He does, I love you. And that story that she shared about how Jesus, who is God with skin on, stooped low to do a servant's job, to wash the feet of those who was eating dinner with, and that the God of the universe would stoop so low to serve those in that way. And so tonight what I want to do is I want to talk briefly about what this guy who wrote this letter to this church in Rome named Paul says about this topic. And my bottom line tonight is this, and remember it because this is going to be what your small group leaders ask you in small group. And the bottom line is this, don't just say I love you, do I love you. Don't just say I love you, do I love you. These are the ingredients for love. You cannot have one without the other. No matter how much you say you love someone, if you don't combine that with action, or you actually do the opposite of what you say, you're not mixing the correct ingredients together to create love. It's like if I just had a cup of water with sugar in it. That doesn't make lemonade. You need the right ingredients in order to do that. And so in the first part of this letter that Paul writes to this church, he talks about God's amazing love for them, specifically through what he did in Jesus' life death, and then rising from the dead. It's a pretty big deal, right? So he talks about all these ways of which God shows us how much he loves us. And then he kind of starts talking about how we're, as Christians, as Christ followers, people who are going after Jesus, are actually supposed to live out that love that God gave to us for others. And so let's look at just a couple of these verses, and I'll talk about them real brief before you guys head off to small group. These come from Romans chapter 12, verses 9 through 16. It says this. There's a lot here, but I'll unpack it the best I can. It says, "Love must be sincere. Hate what is evil. Cling to what is good. Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourselves. Never be lacking in zeal, but keep your spiritual fervor or passion. Serving the Lord. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. Share with the Lord's people who are in need. Practice hospitality. Bless those who persecute you. Bless and do not curse. Rejoice with those who rejoice. Mourn with those who mourn. Live in harmony with one another. Do not be proud, but be willing to associate with people of low position. Do not be conceited." And so here what he does is he gives us two practical ways to love. And I'll put those on the screen for you right now. And they are actions, serving and sharing, and in words, bless and encourage. And so what I want to do is I want to look at that first one, actions, just very briefly, serving and sharing. So first, sometimes what we need to do when we go to serve and share with others is that we need to recognize that there is a need. And some people just don't like to share, like my children, right? I remember when they were very young, their favorite word to say was mine, because they wanted everything that they had to just be for them, and they wouldn't share with each other. The good news is that they've stopped doing that as of 30 minutes ago at my house. But don't worry, they'll probably get back at it here in a little bit. Or it's even like those birds off of Flying Nemo that kept flying around saying, mine, 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 mine. And they didn't want to give up what they had to, or what they wanted, to someone else. But Paul, in this letter he's writing to these people, he's saying, hey, when you have these things, you should share them with others, especially if they are in need. Not that we keep these things for ourselves, but we use what we have for others. You see, because Jesus, he had everything. God, King of the universe, and then he came down and became a man just like us, and he gave up everything. And so in much of the same way, which is a big idea, I know, but in much of the same way, we have all of our position and what we have and our influence with our friends, even, maybe the money we have or things of that nature. We can use those, our talents and skills, for other people, not just for ourselves. And the second thing that he shows us is that we can use our words to bless and encourage. And I know that this one is a hard one, simply because we're in a culture that constantly puts people down. And I know we've actually talked about this before this year at Edge. But if you truly care about someone, what you say to them does truly matter. You can't just say, I love you, and then go on just trash talking that person every chance you get behind their back. That's not being very loving. And a way of doing I love you with your words is to give someone maybe an extra word of encouragement if they need it. And so what I wanted to do, just kind of looking at those two ideas to the action of love and the words of love that you can share, I wanted to give you guys just some practical things that I want to challenge you to do specifically this weekend. All right, you have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to get this done. And I'm sure the people in your household will be very happy. But it's a part of what it means for us to be like Jesus. That's what this whole idea is about, is we're loving like Jesus. And so practical ways to do that. The first one I'm going to give to you is simple. It's maybe clean up a little bit. All right, I know that basically the job of my job in cleaning up after my kids, it feels like I'm pushing a rock up a hill for an hour, and then it's just going to fall back down, because as soon as I have cleaned up the last toy, my daughter gets out all the paint stuff and all of the Play-Doh stuff, and it's just a mess, all right? And so I feel like, yeah, man, this house is really messy. So one of the things that I would say for you guys is your parents are probably sick of looking at a messy house. And if they're listening to me right now, they're probably nodding their heads. And so for you, I would say maybe do the dishes. Maybe if you don't even know how to do them, just look like you know how to do them. And that would be a good, heartful, thing to start with. Maybe do the laundry, such as just take your clothes from where they're on the floor all the way down to the basement so that they can make it there without your parents providing that extra trip. Maybe if there's any random messes that you do, don't just leave it there. Clean it up and then throw all that stuff away. Please don't be a slob. Your parents would love that too. Yard work is another one. I was actually saw Adam Rohrbaugh yesterday, and although apparently it was his idea to do the yard work at the Rohrbaugh house, he was neither in the yard nor working when I saw him. And so your parents who are weighed with these responsibilities right now, and maybe even some of your siblings, wouldn't mind a little extra weight taken off of them. And so you can help them with that. The other thing is you could just listen. Listen to your parents. I mean, I understand this is a pretty simple thing for me to say, but I know it can be a really hard thing for you guys to do. So, like, if you're the kind of, person that when your parents ask you to do something and you roll your eyes at them, I'm just going to challenge you over the next 3 days, just like, don't do that. That might actually be really difficult for you, but that's what this is about. We're growing in small steps. So when your parents ask you to do something, doing it right away might actually show them you care about what they have to say. And that can be a way of blessing and encouraging them whenever you do what they ask. The other thing could be say kind words. I know that, tensions with siblings can be high. I know that you guys are kind of you've had it up to here with each other. But maybe if you left a note or an encouraging letter and put it somewhere for maybe your parent or grandparent or sibling to see, and it doesn't have to be elaborate. It can be as simple as saying, "You're awesome." All right? That could be what it is. And thanks for what you do. And so those are some things that you guys can do over the course of the next 3 days to try to breathe a little love into your house, to do some practical things, to not only just say I love you, but to do I love you. We actually have one coming up here in a couple weeks that we want to kind of put in front of you. We talked about it a little bit last week. It's this idea called letters from home, letters from the heart from home. And so it mentioned last week at the edge that there's senior citizens are kind of stuck in these centers. And so here's what we want to do as a student ministry. What we want to do is we want you guys, and we'll be giving you guys and your parents some more information about this soon. All we want you to do is very similar to a say-so, just either text out or email 1 to 2 sentences to us about what God has taught you in this time. And there's a guy in our church, he simply just wants to take all those words, collect them all together, and they kind of want to make a book out of it, make a couple copies, and then send them into the senior citizens in those places, because although we could send them the say-so video, they don't necessarily have access to that. And so what we can do is bless and encourage with our words by just writing them down, a couple words that you guys, maybe even the words you submitted a couple weeks ago for say-so in more of a simple form, just send those in to us, and we're going to stockpile those and then send them off to be printed so that these senior citizens can read something encouraging during what may be a discouraging time for them. But once again, we'll have more stuff about that. And so my bottom line for you guys is simply this: don't just say I love you, do I love you. Combine those ingredients together to create love towards those around you in your life, especially in your houses in this time, because that's what Jesus did. And that's what he calls us to do. Let me pray for us, and we'll send you off to small groups. Father, thank you for this night, for this time, for the gathering of these students and these leaders. May it be just a really fruitful conversation for their small group time. Help them to think of ways of which they can not just say I love you, but to do I love you this weekend. So be with them, Lord. Thank you for that in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you guys for being with us tonight. Have a great evening.